Hi, welcome to Warblog. Today I'm going to look at the Battle for Avdeevka, which still seems to be going on and on and on. There seems not to be much ground at all, but I did open up these two maps here. You can see they've made a bit of ground there compared to a while back. They haven't really made much here. It looks as though they might have lost some ground. No, they've gained a bit there. Yeah, so they're gaining bit by bit, but not a lot. But it looks as though they're getting into Avdeevka on two fronts here, whereas before they weren't really there. So we have the full military simulation here, so let's see how it works. I've deliberately kept it just sort of mainly just the regulars with drone support, because that sort of seems to be what's happening. So there's no artillery, but it works out both, fair on both sides. So obviously there's lots of minefields, but we've got engineers on both sides. Well, we've got engineers on the Russian side. So really, it might sort of be worth thinking about what they want to do with that. Let's get the drawing tool out. So it's sort of quite weak. There. Possibly there. There. So let's see what we can do here in the first instance. So we can definitely just go straight through there. Do we want to shift this guy? I thought I put someone in there. We've really got to face him off. Taking this place out might be useful. No, because they're going to be quadrupled, aren't they? Let's see if we can clear a lot of this stuff out. 0.95, 0.6, 1.2, leaving him at 8. We don't really want to be moving in there after. I've no idea what the odds are going to be, but we might as well use everyone apart from the engineers. But the engineers really need to be involved. Let's just send everyone in. See, what I can't figure out, I mean, obviously he's at 0.2, but if he's like a multiple factor of 5, but he's downgraded, so he's not 5. I think it's going to be a walkover. It's going to be like 7 to 1, I think. But it depends, you see, because he's on his own. He's on his own. So unless we've got more than 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that would mean that he would be at 5 and then quadrupled to 15. But 80% down would be 3. But then sort of doubled and whatever because of the these mines and the defences. It gets all a bit complicated. I can't be bothered. I'll just use everything. Yep, 7 to 1. So I was at 15 and he was at 1.6. But I don't want to move in there just yet because it's got mines. But we can move the engineers in there. So that's interesting. Now we sort of lost the momentum there because I don't want to move otherwise they'll attack, and we haven't got any more drones to support, so he'll sort of sit there and they'll come up in defense. But we've got an opening here. He's going to see that off. Here, to be quite honest, it's in the open, so we could probably pummel him. I mean, that'll be enough. That'll be 5 to 1, I think. 6 to 1. Oh, he routed. So we've got this big opening here, look. We'll leave him there. Send some more in this direction. And these ones can go in this direction. Can certainly attack those. We should have good odds actually against this. Decisions. So we pushed him back into the classic hill. Okay, that's it for the Russians. Ukrainians. Well, they've got drones. They get reinforcements as well. But where do we want to use the drones? We should be able to do fairly reasonable damage with the drones. But that's a stack. They're in the open. That's a stack with 3. Let's blow them up. 1.8 on the engineers. Huh, they're not that damaged. We should be able to knock him back though. Push him back. Strong positions will leave all that. They're doubled up there. He's on his own. So pushed him back. Okay. 10.5. Run away. Ooh. So we can attack him. Or we could move there. Let's move there. Now here, it'd be nice to sort of somehow fill the gap. Push them back. See, that would be a 2-to-1. Let's try it. Ooh, 2-to-1 exchange. Oh well. So, Russians. So there's some Ukrainian reinforcements. Hardly worth it, really. Okay. Well, in here, want to get rid of the mines. And get rid of the bridge. What did I do there? I tried to build a bridge. No, I want to engage in some bulldozer action. So that's now all clear. We can just pile straight through there now. So targeting that hex, but not yet. So we've got big defensive lines here. We'll probably exploit across here. Probably best to get these trenches before they do. It might be best to take that trench because we can attack. So let's see what we can do here with the drones. It's sort of interesting really, because I was looking at this today, I think, and it's got this video. Get rid of the sound. So these two Bradleys, whatever you call them. And this one's got a heavy machine gun fire, 20mm cannon or something. So it's sort of unloading into things around here, and they all pile out the back there. Now I don't consider this to be mechanized in the sense that it's not. This is just, you know, infantry, and this is their delivery mechanism. But they seem to be running the other way, and then they're sort of like hanging around in all these ruins, and then they get these drones. So there's another unit here, and I don't know who's who. I think these are Russians. And he chucks a grenade. And there's the other guys hiding. Just about see them there. And then they're coming, the drones. And look how everything's a ruin. And as soon as they get near, they lose their thing, because they've obviously got some kind of suppression microwave system or whatever. And then this one sort of gets it. Or not. But they're all hiding away in that ruin. And then that's a pretty mighty explosion. So that's pretty much it really. So it's sort of, you sort of think, are these sort of drones that, you know, we're looking at there? I mean, we're trying to take out this guy in a sort of a trench, so it's a bit slightly different. That was shot down, that's a shame. It's quite hard to shoot things down. So that was sort of all that, trying to take out this trench, and he's at 4.5 now. So then our Russian troops come in to sort of, you know, do their stuff. And they push them out, taking this whole trench line, but they can't Can't take it. Here we've got a similar sort of thing. I wonder why they didn't fit. Jump in the trench there. There's some reinforcements there, look. So what do we want to do here? We've taken that. We don't want to move up to here yet. But I think we want to sort of get nearer. Here, I think we need to do the engineering stuff. So let's get rid of these mine. Well, get rid of this stuff. And I'm not sure I've mentioned this actually. I'll just say it whilst I think about it. Just at towards the end of the year, it seems so long ago now. Nearly 2 months ago now. I saw this thing, and it was the USAF, United States Air Force. They wanted someone to do modelling, and they had all this stuff using AI. And it was really interesting, and I thought this was sort of something that I could do. They basically just wanted a game, any game. They didn't care what it was, really, to be quite honest. You know, they could have been it could have been a racing car game or anything that they could extract data sets from and then apply AI. But the nearer it was to the military side of things, the better. You know, ideally a sort of an aircraft game, I guess. But everything that's about Warblogs seemed to fit their bill. The only problem was I'm not an American citizen, so I couldn't apply. I mean, I thought I could because it was an open invitation on a sort of a British website. So I don't know why they were expecting. Yeah, I don't know why they were expecting. I'm not sure whether it is a British website. It's Pack Sims. I thought it was a British website. But I got all excited thinking that I was going to get it. I don't know why. I just thought, God was speaking to me. And I got quite disappointed when I realised I just couldn't do it. But that's that. What's he got? We could move in there and attack all of these units, really. It's an interesting scenario. I mean, it's an interesting situation because this Avdeevka thing seems to be going on forever. But I think the challenge is for the Ukrainians, and I think we can modify the scenario to sort of reflect and better suit this. But I think that the challenge for the Ukrainians is they need to be able to fall back onto things that they can defend in. You know, so really getting rid of these holes would be ideal. You know, maybe putting some more trench lines right along there and having some units in them. You know, seem to have advanced too quickly over here. And maybe I should give the Ukrainians a few more troops. But I think it has a lot of potential to balance up, to equate what we're seeing, you know, actually happening. But we've got this situation down here, and I think we can attack that. We didn't need so much. See, these aren't actually that great for them to defend in. Okay, well, they can bring in their one reinforcement. Which direction are they going to take him? Right, well, we started blowing things up over here. So let's maybe have another go here. Because he's at 4.8, we can actually attack him. What happened there? I think what happened there was I was already depressed. Ah! I just didn't look. Ah. Not enough troops. Huh. I'm gonna try. Okay, we pushed him back at 2-1. Should have done that first. Just not enough troops, not enough defensive positions. desperate attacks. Oh, an exchange. Well, might as well use both of them. Huh. Eliminated. Definitely interesting. I think there could be more Ukrainian troops. I think I'm just going to leave it at that because I don't want to play for too long. I'm going to stick a whole bunch more in Avdeevka to make it, give them the scope for moving things around. The only other thing to say is that obviously I'm behind on everything, but I've not been too well really. I'm feeling a lot better now though, but I still got a cough. But the only thing to say is that I got rid of my Vimeo account. I did a Vimeo account because I hate YouTube, and I still hate YouTube, but it's cost me $70 a year, and no one looks at them. And so I think I sort of hosted the Vimeo. I don't know how I did it really. But anyway, I've gotten rid of that. And the main reason was I wanted to get a subscription to Private Eye magazine, which is £45 a year. And I was thinking, I can't afford that. And I thought, well, if I stop my Vimeo subscription, which is $70, and get the Private Eye, I'll be getting Private Eye and saving £30. Because to be quite honest, Vimeo is something I liked for political reasons, really, because I just don't like YouTube. But the cost was too much, so I've lost a lot of videos. It says they're all going to be deleted or something. You won't be able to use them. I go over my limit, which is a shame. But considering I never use them, I've got them on YouTube anyway. But I don't know how long I've had it, but that all adds up. I mean, I've had that count, I think, quite possibly for 5 or 6 years, times £70. It's £300 or £400 on nothing really. And I thought, well, instead of just sitting there doing nothing, at least I'll get 23 copies of Private Eye a year to look at, something physically in my hand to laugh at. But anyway, I'll leave it at that because I don't want to play anymore. I'm really tired. I just really wanted to make sure that I did something, because I was looking at Avdeevka thing when I got up this morning. I was looking at this Avdeevka thing. I thought, it's all happening. It's all happening. Look at all these arrows and things. And I thought, well, I'm missing out. I haven't done it. And then I searched for it and realised that I'd added it. I added Avdeevka in October. So that's October, November, December, January. That's 3 months ago, and that's all I've done. I'm going to have to sort of get things going a bit more. I've been a bit ill, but I'm just so under it with pressure and things. It's getting quite complicated, actually. Which is just personal things, really. But I actually have some books on Amazon, and they're just something that just sit there. And someone read one. It was quite amazing. They actually read it. Which is interesting, because I don't no idea how I even make it now. I think you create a PDF and stuff like that. I'll have to look into that. But when I say they've read it, I mean they've read it on Kindle, which earned me about 10 pence. But it's interesting to see my book, because I know I've had it there for years now, and no one's ever looked at it even. And then someone read it, and I thought, that's something I'd love to do. This book of war games using the hex and counter format. It's quite an interesting game. I should really put a link to it in the menu there. And